Good afternoon, Chef Carla.
Hi, good
How are you?
afternoon, Anton.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all the people watching on the live stream, and especially those watching on the replay. We have a very special guest, Chef Carla, and Chef Carla
Hello.
runs the Plaza Inc., the popular Plaza Ham, and then of
Yes.
course the cheese queen from Le Petite Fromagerie, and
Yay!
of course, she did like Swizzle Par also. So we're talking to Carla on her learnings during the 2020 pandemic. What worked, what did not work, and most especially for those people planning for their restaurant business or food business this 2021. Ano ba mga predictions ni Carla? And how can they help us, during this 2021? So if you have any question, please put it in the comment section below, and then we'll try to answer them. Even if you're watching on the replay, we'll try to catch them. My name is Antonias, founder of Our Awesome Planet, and we're here with Chef Carla of the Plaza Inc. and Le Petite Fromagerie. All right, thank you. And we're here talking to and thank you for talking to. Okay, game. So maybe, Chef, can you introduce first about yourself, and then maybe about the Plaza Ham and Fromagerie before we go to the learnings?
Um, yeah, so basically, I'm a third generation restaurateur. The plaza was started by my grandfather, Lolo Joe. He and his wife, Lola Meldy, they put up the plaza. So it used to be like a convention center that housed like a number of restaurants, like themed restaurants there. So
Talaga? Saan
yes,
yun?
we were. It's now I
Oh,
think the lot of mga raffles and Fairmont.
wow,
Yeah,
talaga? Oh, I didn't know.
yeah.
Okay.
So my lolo was the first one to bring in the buffet concept in the Philippines, and at the time it was called Smorgasbord.
Oo.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
um,
course.
yeah, and then soon after, my mom took over the business, and then yun. Although my mom's very much still involved with the company, she's brought me on also to help her out with the family business. So
Oo.
I'm now the COO. Yeah, child of the owner. Joke lang.
So ito yung the Plaza. What are your products? Ito yung mga products, no? I know you're
Yeah.
popular with your Plaza Ham, correct? But what are the
Yeah.
other products?
We also have the Angus corned beef. We use USDA Angus, and there's a photo. Yeah. So this one is the roast Angus corned beef. But we also have boiled Angus corned beef, smoked Angus corned beef. We also have the pastrami. It's all using the same recipe, just different ways of how the product has been finished or cooked. And so those are our specialty items. A number of our premium products are mm, quite known. I think like the
Mhm.
smoked carnide also,
Oo.
the chicken relleno. Yeah. So but the number two bestsellers are the Angus corned beef and the ham. So
Okay. And then
so
before we go to your learnings, no, can you introduce the cheese queen? Bakit ka naman cheese queen ang tawag sa'yo?
because it's my cheese dom. Yeah. So, si La Petite Fromagerie was a business that I started in 2016. It's a cheese-centric company. So, we started as like a cheese catering company. Na we go to mga events.
Mhm.
Na we'd set up cheese buffets, or raclette stations or fondue stations and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But now, because that we there is not enough events for us to cater to, and it's still not safe. We pivoted into more of like an online retail cheese shop.
Okay.
Although we were selling cheeses online before, parang mas nag-focus kami now on the retail side.
On the retail.
Yeah.
Do you make the cheeses or you retail like the burrata, or do you just retail other people's cheese?
Okay, so some of the items we make ourselves, so just like the cheese spreads, ganyan. And then
Mm-mm.
last year also we launched the trufflata. It's It's the one na parang pouch. Ay,
Nasaan yan?
oh yeah,
On the
okay.
yeah.
Pwede rin yan.
Nasaan yan? Ito? Hindi. Craflata.
Yeah. Anyways, it's basically a burrata stuffed with
Ito,
truffle
burrata.
cream cheese spread.
Okay.
Yes, that one. Yan. It's a
Crafla.
burrata stuffed with truffle cream cheese spread. So the burrata is made fresh by Gino's Brick Oven Pizza. It was a collaboration product with them. I was celebrating kasi my 4th year anniversary last November. So instead of having like a party, which we normally have, diba? Parang for any occasion
Oo.
naman, I decided to launch a new product in commemoration of our anniversary. So yun. So this one, since it's made fresh, we only produce it once a week, which is every Fridays.
Wow.
So anyone can still order through our website and we'll deliver it na lang Friday or Saturday whenever they want it. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go to our discussion. First, what happened to the ham business during Christmas? Of course, I guess there's a lot of people that ordered, but I guess overall, what's the learning in 2020 in the shopping behavior or in that business?
Well, okay. See, the Plaza was greatly affected by the pandemic kasi since we are a catering company, um, basically 80 to 85% of the business was lost kasi
Wow.
walang
Okay.
events
Walang
and
catering, no?
walang catering. So although we had retail outlets for the ham and the corned beef that were situated in different areas, diba? We have in Mega Mall, in Rustans, Makati, in Rockwell, ganyan. Parang not all the malls naman were open at that time. And we also couldn't afford to open all of them because not everyone was going to the malls. No one was going out.
Oo, wala, no?
So,
Oh.
oo. So although we had that 15% of the retail side that we could sana grow, parang siyempre hindi siya full 15% because not all the branches were open. Ang
And,
nangyari was I only opened 2 branches. And
ah,
then, yes, and then we heavily marketed online na lang. So parang buti na lang also we were able to migrate to um to the website like online ordering early in 2019.
okay.
So, naka-set up na yung ordering process, naka-set up na yung website namin. Parang it was just a matter of adding more products and informing people that, hey, you can actually order through the website and we'll deliver to you. So, yun. So, that's one of the things that actually worked for us during the pandemic. Yeah, well, last year.
So ano yan?
Uh,
Shopify ba yan? Shopify ba tong store na to?
yes, yes.
Okay. So you were able to set this up. And
We set it up in 2019 pa.
so na unahan mo at least.
Yeah.
Nauna-
At least it gave us some leeway for our staff to get used to the system,
Oo,
'di ba?
yes.
Oo.
So ito.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So is it very important ba? Kasi I know most of the most parang when you're starting for food entrepreneurs, IG lang then Facebook, having a store ba is very important, online store.
At that time kasi when we set this up, it wasn't needed as much,
Mhm.
mainly because we had 6 other branches, 'di ba, for the hams. But then, yun nga, since not everyone was going out, the only way to get the message across and the only way to get the food to them was to go digital. So that's when we heavily marketed all our offerings and we put it online.
So anong naging best seller sa online? Is it the same or merong mga
Still the same, si ham, si corned beef, ganyan. But then, yun nga, since yung retail namin parang consisted mostly of our premium products, we had to add more to the selection. So,
okay.
a lot of our regular clients know that we sell mga frozen convenience food. But it was parang we never really focused on that. Like it was just always available. The mga tapas, tocino, the Angus burgers, the chicken a la Kiev, cordon bleu. And then we also have this thing which my lolo developed back in the 1990s pa. It's called the boil in bag, wherein the
Mm. Uso na
The
yon nung
food
time na
island.
yon.
Yeah. Well, he got the technology from the US.
Okay.
And we've been serving it ever since then. We also used to use it in our restaurants, ganyan. So
Oo.
yun, so parang frozen food na in vacuum packs, and then all you have to do is to drop it in boiling water until it heats up. So
Oo.
in one pot of boiling water, pwede ka nang mag-init ng mga 3 or 4 na ulam, depende how
Oo.
big your pot is, 'di ba? At may buffet ka na at the end of the night.
Oo,
And
gusto ko nga
in
yung
15
ganyan.
minutes,
Yan nga, I think, sumikat yung type of packaging na yan, na ganyan.
mm,
'Di ba?
yeah,
Ready,
super
ready to.
convenient kasi. Yes, yes.
Okay. And,
So that's where we
yes.
that's where we pushed our other, like, our bestsellers for catering naman, the mga
Oo.
lengua,
Oo.
callos, ganyan. So it's pre-prepared already. It's cooked and it's just ready to heat. So
Okay.
yun.
Pero kamusta yung catering? What happened in the catering business? Ano ba? Meron rin yung mga intimate gatherings o hindi rin? Hindi rin masyadong nag-cater yun?
Um, Kami personally, wala. Kasi I think because it's such a legacy brand, a lot of our followers are medyo seniors na rin, right? So that was my challenge kasi
Oo.
definitely hindi sila magpa-party kasi takot yan
Oo.
lumabas.
Yes. Oo.
Definitely hindi sila online kasi hindi naman sila hindi nila hahanapin yung website, 'di ba? Not
Oo.
unless it's sent to them.
Interesting. Ano?
Yes, so that was my problem, and I couldn't go traditional marketing kasi usually every year I'd put ads in
Oo.
newsletters, ganyan.
Nawala rin yan eh. Oo,
Oo,
nawala rin yan.
nawala din yun last year lahat kasi because nga of COVID, 'di ba? So
Oo.
parang how do I reach my market now? And then the Viber groups happened. So,
Okay.
apparently nandun lahat ng mga titas of Manila. So
Talaga. Pati yung mga lolas of Manila nandun din.
Oo. So, isa-isa yung mga Viber group, sinalihan ko mga yan, tapos nagpapadala ko everyday ng mga mga posters. Eh, siyempre parang ako lang mag-isa, 'di ba? Parang wala naman kaming like a whole team for marketing. So it was mostly just me who was doing the grunt of the work. So, yeah. Ayun,
So that
so
worked.
that was one of the
That worked.
biggest challenges talaga.
That
Um,
worked.
it did in a way na parang na-realize ng parang not immediately kasi.
Ah,
Hindi siya immediately nag-work. The week na I started promoting Plaza Ham and Plaza products, I was wondering bakit wala pa rin nag-o-order online, wala pa rin nag-i-inquire sa akin. Sa akin, ako yung nagpo-post, 'di ba? So you'd think na they'd respond to me. And then I called the office, like late afternoon na. Eh, at the time, syempre cut down kami on manpower. So we only had one girl in the office kasi wala naman catering, malay natin kung may pumasok na project, 'di ba, or whatever. So when I called our office manager, sabi ko, "April, oh, kamusta ka na diyan?" Tapos sabi niya, "Ma'am, hindi ko alam, di ako magkanda galaw-galaw. Lahat ng phone lines nagre-ring." Tapos mag-isa lang siya. And we have like 4 or 5 lines in the office.
talaga.
So, parang, yun nga, parang although Viber was a means to get their attention, parang yun nga, because siguro of the age range of our market, parang mas they'd prefer to call pa rin the
Oo.
office, you know what I mean? And speak to a human person rather than ordering online. So,
Ah,
yun. So it was, parang we were completely feeling the market. Like every day was different talaga.
oo.
Yun. So
Okay.
parang, oo.
Wait, what Chef Pixie is watching. Hello.
Oh, hi, Pixie!
And Bettina
Oy,
Bacani.
hi,
Hello.
Dad.
May question si Jenny Kachalian. Sabi niya, with the pandemic and obviously there's not much event last year, how did you manage your staff? Did you have to go through tough decision to lay over some of them? Thanks.
Okay.
Ano?
Well, the first thing we did was, yes, we actually had to lay over some, but these were the OJTs because we had mga student OJTs.
Okay.
And we were also mandated by the school anyway na parang we had to stop the program because the
You
schools
have to
were
stop it.
closing. Oo. So syempre, they were the first ones that we had to let go. And then also the new hires. We had mga 2 or 3 new hires then. So since sila yung last na pumasok, sila yung first na we had to let go of. Everyone else, the ones that we retained, we made we were on 30% capacity the entire time. So medyo shifting na lang siya. So mga
Mhm.
2 or 3 day work week just so everyone gets a chance to work, 'di ba? Kahit pa paano may pumapasok pa rin sa
Kahit
kanila.
paano, oo,
Yeah.
umaandar.
And the first thing we did nung nag-lockdown was we sent out, of course, like ayuda, their salaries and whatever, and the prorated na 13th month nila, just so they'd have enough cash to sustain them for, because we didn't know, diba, kung kailan
Oo, kung
mag,
anong
magsa-start up yung operations, whatever. We were closed then from March until mid-May. So, matagal din, diba?
tagal din. And then after nun, dire-diretso na.
Continuing pa rin kami sa shifting. So we're still operating on 30% capacity up until
Okay.
now.
And what's the how do you look at 2021 in terms of events then in terms of catering? Are you seeing it coming back slowly with some of the vaccine news or how are you
Um,
planning?
I think I think now that there's a way kasi to test it, people are a bit more open to having gatherings. Pero
Okay.
kami naman yung takot pa kasi super takot namin kasi siyempre parang the first thing we did also was to house our employees eh. Not all of them, but at least the ones essential to the business, especially when we were starting back up nung May. Um, we've we provide their food, whatever, and private transportation for them to go to the branches or to, 'di ba, or to work, to the office, ganyan. So feeling namin kung mag-open up din kami for events, parang it'll put our people at risk and also possibly our customers, 'di ba? So we're still careful about that. Parang we haven't started back on operations yet, though a lot of people have been inquiring na for us. I have made guidelines just in case. I mean, we can try if it's a small group lang, but it won't be cheap. I mean, naka-embed dun yung COVID swab tests ng team.
Lahat, no?
So, oo.
All the
So,
safety protocols. Yeah.
and the test before and after. So, kasi siyempre, 'di ba, what if during the event sila may makuhang
Oo.
virus. So yun. So parang syempre I had to make necessary guidelines for the safety of our clients and for the safety of our employees. But generally, I think there are a lot of inquiries that are coming in now. So I feel like people are easing up to it. To parang they're getting more comfortable to the situation that we have now. And yun, parang, but a lot of them are mga mid this year or Q3 of this year. So siguro everyone's hoping na nga na when we start vaccinating na mas okay na yung situation and that the numbers go down and it stops to grow the numbers. So yeah.
Okay. Now, let's go to the La Petite. Ano naman nangyari sa Le Petite? With
Uh
the cheese. Is the cheese parang hot during the pandemic season or what happened with the cheese? I know it's all online lang, di ba? That
mm.
business 100% online.
So same thing happened actually. Parang a lot of our events were canceled. The mga weddings, we were supposed to have weddings that weekend and they were canceled. And the cheeses were already here. They've been delivered, diba? Because some of the wedding I had that weekend was parang
Ah,
Filipiniana na theme. So
oo.
all their cheeses for their cheese buffet was from Malagos in
Wow.
Davao. So, na-deliver na lahat sa akin yung cheeses. So, when
Oo.
I was starting backup operations, syempre, the first thing I did was to sell off those cheeses, 'di ba? So, it started like that and people were buying naman. So parang I was like, "Hey, might as well grow my retail line, 'di ba? Parang why only
Oh,
stick to what's
yes.
available now? So as suppliers started to open up also and importers started to bring in stock, parang yun, parang I just build up on my offerings and expanded my variety of cheeses that I was offering. So, yeah.
So ano naging popular during the pandemic? Is there a particular like flavor or variant that
um
was best selling during that time?
Hard eh. Well, nung nung Christmas, a lot of people decided to order the Malagos cheeses, yeah. So which is good kasi parang support local also.
Oo.
Um what else? I was carrying also California cheeses. See, my spreads, like I was producing almost every day.
Wow.
Also kasi
Bakit?
I
Oo
think
nga,
what
bakit
happened
spread?
was, sorry.
Bakit spread? Why the cheese spread? Yeah.
The cheese spreads, the truffle cream cheese
Oo.
spread, ganyan.
Oo.
Um, Maybe because I came out kasi with gift boxes for the spread. So parang pang Christmas, ganyan, pang regalo. So yun, so parang and the thing pala that happened last December was that usually both for Fromagerie and Plaza, usually by mga September, October, we'd already be getting mga Christmas orders, especially for the ham. Um, but as by November wala pa rin masyado, eh. Parang, "Oh, what happened?" Hello, are you there?
Oo nga. Yes, yes. Oo.
Okay. By November wala pa rin kami masyadong orders. But as soon as December hit, parang nag-avalanche lahat ng orders. Parang I think people weren't sure if they were going to celebrate Christmas or how
Oo.
big of a
Yes.
celebration it would be. Kasi parang wala rin naman nalabas na government guidelines about catering. Until now, wala pa rin, 'di
Oo.
ba? So, if you start catering, you have to make up your own guidelines. Bahala ka na lang sa safety mo and sa safety ng clients mo. Parang kanya-kanya na lang, 'di ba? O yan, parang there's no official document or anything that tells you like how to actually go about opening up events again.
Oo.
Um, so yun.
And then all online, no? 100% online. So your clients in the cheese is younger ba? Or hindi? Across the board rin?
Yes. Well, meron parang it's a range rin naman but mostly younger talaga compared to Plaza.
Okay. And this year, what's your plan for the cheeses, the queen of cheeses? Ano ba?
Mm.
Magkakaroon ba ng maraming trends on cheeses this year?
Well, last year kasi I started with the wine and cheese pairing. So I don't know if you know Gail Sotelo from Two Shots and a Pint, but we did a few series of parang pairing sessions
Oo.
na themed ha. So parang Italian cheeses with Italian wines, French cheeses with French
Ah,
wines, ganyan. And like how to pair them and why they work well together. So parang yun yung naging theme. Um, so that's definitely something I want to continue this year. It was very fun. My mom enjoyed it. Of all the people, siya yung nag-enjoy kasi libre yung wine tsaka yung cheese niya. Pero pero yeah, definitely parang ano kasi, parang it's a good exchange because I get to learn about wines also and she gets to learn about cheeses and at the same time, like we're also learning from the participants, 'di ba? About what they think about the cheeses, their favorites, ganyan. So that was a good program which I will definitely revive this year. Aside from
online lang
that,
lahat yan, di ba? Online.
yeah, this was all virtual.
Oo,
Um,
nice.
yeah. So and yun nga, parang because of that wine and cheese thing, we came out with whoa.
With,
Okay,
yeah.
don't worry. Because of that wine and cheese thing, parang we got a few inquiries about private wine and cheese tasting events. So
Ah,
we did a number of that for some corporate clients, ganyan. So
oo.
it is specifically for their group of people or mga bachelorette parties, ganyan. Kasi
Oo.
nga, since everything was virtual, yun. Tapos yun, if they don't want naman the class or the tasting session, parang we can always send just a cheese platter. And then that's where I said na we revived Swizzle through La Petite Fromagerie na. So parang binundle ko na yung cheese platters if they want a bottle of sangria
So
or
cocktail pairing then. Cocktail pairing.
yeah.
Was the cocktail hot in during the pandemic in 2020? What
Yeah,
happened?
it was. Well, not ako si Swizzle, hindi ko siya masyadong pinush kasi ang daming lumabas ng mga cocktails and also like the bars, syempre, 'di ba?
Oo.
Parang wala na silang income, 'di ba? So sige, parang
Oo.
marami sa kanila yung naglabas ng mga ng mga take-home cocktails or ganyan, bottled cocktails. So
Yes.
hindi ko masyadong pinush. It was just more of like an offering for my cheese clients na if ever they wanted to add on sangria or a bottle of wine or another cocktail, 'di ba? Parang we could do that also. But yon. But definitely, kasi I started see bottled cocktails back in 2008.
Oo, parang
2008.
meron ka na nun eh. Oo.
Yeah, meron na. Pero parang hindi siya masyadong mabenta. Tapos now naman na everyone is home, kasi walang mga bars, 'di ba? Walang
Oo.
clubs. Ngayon siya mabenta, but okay lang 'yan.
Okay lang yan. Oo.
Fair
So,
naman the market.
so during the pandemic, did you learn, ano ba, you're always focused on the business or did you learn new things or you focus on a new hobby? What happened ba?
Um, I tried planting. Joke lang. Namatay lahat namatay lahat ng mga halaman ko.
Di may
So,
garden
wala.
ka na.
Oo naman, hindi talaga ako puwede maging maging plant mama. Pero yun, what else? Before the business started up, I was involved with Frontline Feeders.
Oo,
So,
yes,
yan, we
of
were sending,
course.
yeah, and by the time that dwindled down, medyo we were starting to study how to bring back operations na eh. So parang dire-diretso lang 'yun na
Oo.
from frontline feeders to Plaza starting up again, and then as soon as Plaza was steady na, parang that's when I started up Fromagerie. Kasi sa Fromagerie iniwan ako ng lahat ng assistants ko.
Talaga. O so paano? Ikaw lang lahat?
Oo, yung taga-bottle ko ng spreads, si mommy. So, uh, up until we started to bring back in people na ulit, then ayun, parang meron ako nautusan mag-bottle. But for the longest time, it was me and
Kayo,
my mom talaga. Oo.
kamusta naman si mommy? How's the pandemic treating her?
She's okay. Parang she's acclimatized naman to working at home. I think she's also able to get a lot more things done because of,
Oo,
'di
so
ba,
okay
parang
naman
walang
siya.
traffic, ganyan. So okay naman siya. There was a time na gusto na niya lumabas.
Oo,
So this was November na naman, matagal na rin
oo.
siyang naka-lockdown. So the day before her birthday, we went out kasi we had an important meeting to attend. So we attended that meeting and then sabi ko, "You know what, mom? It's the day before your birthday. Parang might as well let's have dinner
Oo,
na
why
out,
not?
'di ba?"
Oo. Ano nangyari?
Ayun. So we had dinner at Chef Jessie's sa Rockwell. So at least parang not as crowded, 'di ba,
Oo.
as like kung in the mall or whatever. So at least medyo we had enough space naman. And ayun, parang at the end of the day, yung first subo pa nga niya yung parang tumama pa sa face shield niya. Kasi nga hindi din siya sanay na naka-mask and face shield and whatever. And at the
Oo.
end of the day, she's like, "Alam mo, Carla, napagod ako." Parang na-stress daw siya lumabas kasi parang she was uncomfortable the entire time, 'di
With
ba?
all
So,
the
ano she
protocols.
said, sabi ko, "So, okay, so wag na tayo lumabas. Just stay home na lang." 'Cause parang it's also the safest for her, 'di ba? 'Cause she's senior na. So, yun.
Nakakatawa naman. Syempre nakaka-miss, no? I think we're all social animals, di ba? Parang don't you miss, the gatherings, the parties?
Yeah, especially us, 'cause like parang we grew up with events talaga. And yun nga, every weekend we'd always have an event to either attend or to cater or, 'di ba?
Oo
So
nga.
parang it was either social or work or both. Parang ganon. So we do miss the parties a lot. We miss seeing a lot of people. We miss dining out. I miss dining out kasi wala kaming helper. So ako yung kusinera, ako yung labandera, aba yung as in, as in wala, we're so domesticated now kasi it's just the two of us. So, yun.
Okay. So just to wrap things up, maybe what's your advice for mga food entrepreneurs for 2021? Any advice for them or inspirational message for them?
Um, Advice for them. Well, I can tell you, I can share what worked for us. Okay. And for us last year, I think it helped that we focused on our core competencies. So kung ano yung pinaka-core na business namin, yun muna yung pinush ko. And since yun nga, our best sellers were the ham and the corned beef and the Plaza premium products, parang that was the first thing that we started to offer back to the public. From there, when we were able to bring back more people into the kitchen to produce and stuff, that's where we started to grow the frozen convenience food line. Kasi aside from what's this? The need for us to deplete ourselves with the stocks that were in our freezers, we also realized that catering and events weren't coming back anytime soon, right?
Oo.
So the most convenient thing is for us to bring home the gourmet food that we can make, 'di ba? And send it to you in your homes. So, yun, convenience food line, si our party trays, you can order like for like half tray or full tray, ganyan. So we have party trays, we have the frozen food, and also we started to do na rin mga party packs for mga Zoom parties or like weddings. Yan, we had mga virtual weddings na they'd send food to the ninongs and ninangs or to the attendees. Um, so yun, those are the things that we focused on last year, which was all the strengths of our company also.
Yes.
Ayun. And
The ano
then
ba, the yung mga inuman packs or the private event packs that you deliver, is that a big
mhm.
thing even going to this year, you think?
It's still ongoing. There's still a lot of inquiries for it. People are still celebrating naman, whether it's an anniversary or a wedding pa rin, there are still virtual weddings. Yun. So, and birthdays also, definitely. Every family event naman, parang, well, kami pa lang in our family, every time there's a celebration, parang of course we'd want to send a little something, whether it's cookies lang or a cake or
Oo.
something like that.
Yes.
So parang I think it's still what brings food is what brings people together eh. So parang it's still associated with a celebration. So I don't think mawawala yon ever. And that's what we were really hoping on last Christmas, that people would still celebrate, and although kahit hindi sila mag-get together, that they would still celebrate. And yun nga, that's exactly what happened. Kaya nagpanic lahat ng mga tao, last minute
Oo. Oo,
nag-order.
parang towards the bilang nagbilihan sila noong December, 'di ba? Because
Yeah.
people thought na I don't know what happened nga. Or it could be na ubusan rin ng pera yung iba, 'di ba? But I think December was really good for most, no? I think talking to a
I
lot of
think
food entrepreneurs.
I think I think a lot of the consumers realize that, the pandemic is not parang it's not gonna stop you guys from celebrating something good pa rin. And yun,
Yes.
so parang I think it was just a matter of they didn't know yet how they were going to celebrate it. Was it going to be a big celebration or kami-kami lang or ganyan? Which is why a lot of people ordered last minute also, because yun nga, there wasn't then naman any clear direction on like if mag-open up ba ulit yung events or whatever. So, yun.
All right. And so finally for 2021, do you have a new product or new service ba this year? for 2021 that you're planning to launch?
For Plaza, if ever we get into the mga mini caterings, yon, that's something we're definitely looking
And
into.
when
But
you
at the
say
same time,
mini catering, how small is a mini catering?
like
Like
20 to 30 people.
20, 30 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Oo.
So that's definitely something we're studying right now. But first and foremost talaga is the safety and security of our employees and of course of our clients. So parang there's no way na we'd want to jeopardize that. So yeah,
But I guess the
ayun.
vaccine would help, di ba? Like, for
Yes,
example, if you get
definitely.
access
But
to
then,
vaccine, everybody
oo.
gets vaccinated, I
Mm.
guess.
But still, parang it's good rin to it's good rin to instill parang the same guidelines, safety
Yes.
guidelines, even with the vaccine. Kasi parang di naman din 100% sure yun, diba?
Baka may
So
makalusot or
people have to get used to it pa rin, to
and
celebrating with masks and shields and, you know.
yeah. Yeah, I think we'll be living with this all health protocols moving forward, no. So hopefully lang the vaccine can really help out with a lot of businesses also in
Mhm.
food and travel space. What do you think about, last question na, what do you think about, ang dami rin naging food entrepreneurs last year, di ba? Was that, parang a competition for your business, or ano ning, how do you look at that?
Well, it was definitely a challenge kasi parang if before our competition was only like other catering companies, ganyan, parang when businesses started to open up again, it was like everyone was competing in the same digital space, whether they're a caterer, a restaurant, a hotel,
Yes.
or a home business, parang home-based business. 'Di ba? Everyone was just online. Everyone was competing digitally. And kami, as a corporation, parang syempre we had to pay our employees proper wages. Tapos we house them pa, we feed them pa, whether or not they're working, 'di ba? Kasi naka 3-day work week lang kami. Um, so, yun. So parang syempre our prices were more expensive than the others that were being offered online.
Oo.
So that was definitely a challenge for us. But I think once na-establish naman na parang once it got word in our regular clients na in the pool of our regular clients that we were up and running and that these are our offerings now, parang meron naman clients that would order from us regularly. So super thankful na lang for all those who 'di ba, who thought of us during the pandemic and
Oo.
who ordered also, especially nung Christmas. There's so many new people na, because a lot of the orders came in through online.
Oo.
So many new clients na hindi namin yung regular clients
Oo,
during
that's
Christmas.
good.
Oo. So parang it was an opportunity also to grow the market. So yun, kasi nga we weren't heavily advertising online in the past, right? Because we had outlets anyway. So parang yun. So since na-force kami to grow our brand digitally, parang it also opened us up to a wider market. Parang nag-grow pa siya. So, yeah.
All right. And maybe how can you invite them, or where can they check you out, or if they want to order, what's the best place to go for your businesses? Maybe invite the people watching.
Okay. So for the Plaza, you can order through www.theplazacatering.com. Aside from that, we have two other branches open, which is the Petron La Vista in Katipunan and Petron Dasma along EDSA beside the Dasmariñas Village Gate. Mega Mall, our Mega Mall branch is closing end of the month. So, yeah. Medyo the what's this? The rental fees. Like I don't think we can cover it anymore. So yeah, so we're closing that end of the month, but we're retaining the two Petron outlets. But yun, you can order online. We'll deliver it anyway, so no
And
problem.
then for the cheese,
For
the
the
same,
cheese,
you can order it also in the Plaza ba?
yes. No, it's a separate company, but
Ah,
so you can order it through lapetitefromagerie.ph. Yeah, you might have to show them the website kasi yung spelling. I can't hear you.
wait I'll show
Yeah.
the website para,
Yeah.
ganda ng website
Well, thank you.
Ginawa niyo lang to last year din? Or
Ano, the
2000?
website has been up since 2016, 2017.
Ganda nga.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of digital marketing, any tips pala for people, marketing online for food? Was it the Instagram? Was it the influencer? Was it the website? What really helped out with your digital marketing? Last na.
Ah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Parang everything all together.
Uh,
um with the cheeses kasi definitely Instagram. You know how people eat with their eyes. So I think for any food, it's good rin to post photos. Um, what else? So digital marketing. For our clients, ano nga ba? The Viber helped also. It was difficult lang kasi there's some groups na you can only post once and then pagka-post mo, may 5 or 6 other posts na nawala na agad yung
uh,
yung post mo. But, I'm sure we were able to get hindi na kasi ma-track yun, eh, yung leads, 'di ba? How many yung metrics
yes.
nun. So yun. So we don't know exactly, but I'm sure everything, all the efforts digitally, parang it all helped out naman. Yeah.
Alright. Galing. Kailan tayo magkikita ulit? Wala ka bang
Ay,
pa-mini
ayun
party
lang.
diyan 'pag ready na, 'pag may vaccine na, dun tayo
Gano'n,
magkikita-kita
sige.
ulit.
Ay, naku.
Thank you,
Yay!
Carla. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so much,
sharing your
Anton.
story.
Of
And
course.
I do hope people learn and get inspired with your story. And I think maganda yung pasok ng 2021. People are inspired to grow what they created no in
Mhm.
2020. And malapit na. Hopefully in the next few months we'll have better and better sales for everybody. Thank you
Yeah.
again. Salamat
Yay! Thank you.
See
Bye.
you. See you soon. We miss you guys and mommy.
Okay. Miss you guys too. Yeah, oo nga eh.
Bye
Eat
bye.
soon.
See you soon. Yes.